This is Baxter Colburn, host of Verse of the Day. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
What's up, everybody? This is Christian Heimel, host of Press Row here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Press Row, where we talk about the biggest issues in sports with the analysts, experts, and reporters who cover them. No nonsense, hard-hitting interviews on the sports topics you're talking about. A new show comes out every single Thursday. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you never miss an episode of Press Row. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
How's it going, everybody? Coffee with Keith. Only Coffee with Keith. This time it's always Coffee with Keith and Katie. Of course, the last two episodes were just Coffee with Katie, and now this time it's Coffee with Keith. I am not at home. I am on the road. I'm getting home. I'm on the road, but I will be getting home later tonight. Just me this time. Katie was unable to make the show, and although I'm not home, I was able to pull over. I'm on the road right now, but I'm getting back home, making my way back to Pleasant Prairie. I have my coffee with me. Hope you have your coffee with you as well. Again, it's been a while since I've been able to do this show. And Katie's watching. Hi, Katie. It's been a while since I've been able to do this show because I've been on the road, and I've done the math. And I think the last 45 to 48 days, I've been on the road for 28 of them. I had two longer assignments, and I had a shorter one that I'm ending up with. So for those of you that don't know what I do, wondering why I always travel all the time, to put it in I'm not driving, Katie. I'm not driving. I'm pulled over. To let you guys know what I do, in case of those of you that are wondering, like, why is Keith always on the road? And, you know, what is he doing? Why is he not at home with Katie? I work in sports marketing, and I work for myself, basically. To put it in a nutshell, companies or clients will call me and say, Keith, we need your help with this assignment, with this event, with this project, and I'll go and I'll help them with that. That's for it's the most basic I can put it. So, and a lot of that is road work. It's on location somewhere else. So that's why I'm always on the road a lot. To end 2018, going into 2019, I was in Orlando, and then I was able to come back in time to help Katie move. And then I was at the Super Bowl for the last 12 days and was home for 2 of them. And then I was back in Orlando for a couple days, and now I'm finally making my way home tonight, working with a number of different clients in between there. So that's why I'm always on the road. That's why my schedule seems to be, very hectic, because at times it can be. And I'm very lucky to have Katie, who is very understanding of my work and the schedule that I can have from time to time. So that's a brief description and explanation as to why I've been away and Katie's been doing the show herself, and why I am currently in a car, not driving, and not with Katie right now. But I'll be with Katie tonight for a couple days, and then I have to go to Houston. So it's been a long couple days, and it's when you're on the road as often as I am, it's you got to, I guess, what's the best way to say it? Remain calm and just laid back, because there are a lot of things that are out of your control when you're on the road. And David, thanks for watching. Big man David, thanks for watching, David. Katie's watching too. She's not with me, but she was able to watch this tonight. And I say, like, remain calm, I guess, because this these last, like I said, 25 days that I've been on the road have been fine. Everything's going great. Then this last 2 days, man. I was on a plane and there was somebody next to me, and their elbows were like definitely invading my space, and I can usually fall asleep really well, but I had a hard time sleeping. And then the plane lands. This is last night. The plane lands, and we just keep sitting there, and we sit there and we sit there, and the captain says, "Oh, well, although we landed early, we still have to wait for our gate to open, so we're just going to be waiting for that for a couple minutes." All right, fine, whatever, it happens. We landed a little early. 20 minutes later, he gets on, "Well, they had to close our gate because the plane that was in front of us, there was nobody there to move it." Nobody there to move the plane? So the plane just sat there? And so says, "Oh, now we have to go taxi to another gate." And this is O'Hare, so this is like it's a big airport. So we have to go around, taxi to another gate, which takes a while, and then there's another plane at that gate. So we had to wait for that plane to leave. So once we landed, we still sat on the plane for 50 minutes. And there's nothing to complain about. Who you're going to complain to? Nobody wants to hear you complain. And I get to the rental car place, and usually rental car places are pretty efficient. I've been renting cars a lot the last couple of years, so it's usually just here's my driver's license, here's the card for incidentals, whatever, in and out. It's usually really quick. And this guy was not efficient at all. I couldn't believe I was standing there for so long. And this is where it comes out. And by that time it was 11:40. It was 11:30 at night. I had been up for a lot of hours. I was cranky. I had gotten wet, and so like I was uncomfortable because it was raining back where I was in Florida. So my clothes got kind of damp. But at the end of the day, I was about to just be like, "Yo, what is going on? And why am I not in a car right now going somewhere else?" But I had to hold back, and I had to realize that, look, if I say anything, I'm just gonna come off looking like a jerk. So best not to say anything. And it was the first time in a long time where I felt like I was gonna lose it on somebody, but I didn't. So that's just a story of what extensive traveling can do to a person. And so now I'm not saying boo-hoo me or anything like that. I very much enjoy my job. I picked my job. I enjoy doing it, and I'm not going to complain about it. But that travel experience yesterday, had me on edge a little bit. So just a quick little story like that. I'm excited to be getting home to see Katie for a couple days before I have to take off again, but my schedule kind of balances off a little bit, so I'm able to enjoy more structured, more solid time at home. So that'll be good until somebody calls me and asks me to do another project, which I'm sure I'll jump on and do that one as well, which means I'll be away from Katie again. So Katie doesn't complain usually, and I give Katie so much credit because she doesn't when I get home, she doesn't say, "Well, since you haven't been here, this hasn't happened and this hasn't happened, and why aren't you at home?" Or she's never like that. I'm very lucky to have a wife like Katie who supports me the way she does. But then I get thinking, Katie never complains that I'm gone as much as I am. Maybe she really enjoys it. Maybe she's like, "Oh, great, Keith is gone. Like, God, another couple days I don't have to put up with him. Me and Mr. Fuzzy Face, we just get to hang out all the time, and we don't have to worry about Keith. Great. He's on is all fine." I'm sure she's not like that. But the lack of complaining and criticizing I get from Katie, with her being so laid back, makes me think, She's really like rejoicing every time she, sees the back of my backpack heading out the front door. But no, I hope, I'm sure she's happy to see me when I get home. I hope she's happy to see me when I get home. Big news in the sports world today. Kyler Murray. Now I'm just kind of ranting, but I was interested to see that Kyler Murray is the Heisman Trophy winner. The big news about him was after his junior year, of football. He's a very good baseball player as well. The Oakland A's signed him to like a $4 million guaranteed contract. Like once he started playing baseball for them. Hi, Ashley. Thanks for watching. And everybody was like, is he going to play football? Is he going to play baseball? He has $4 million in guaranteed cash waiting for him. However, he's going to have to, go to the minor leagues, do this and that, until he actually gets his Major League Baseball, premiere. And he's actually decided to play football. He had a great senior year, and he won the Heisman Trophy, and people were wondering if he's going to play football, if he's going to play baseball, if he's going to try to do both. But he's a quarterback, so you really have to commit yourself to football if you want to be a quarterback in the NFL. And he decided to commit himself to the NFL and playing quarterback. So good for him. Congratulations. I hope it's lucrative for him, and I think it's probably the best option for him. He can play football, sign a large contract for a couple of years, and if he ends up flaming out, he'll still be young where he can still play baseball and try to make a go at it playing baseball, and not be all that worse off for us. So hopefully football works out for him, though. Anyways, that was just a quick little sports thing that I felt was interesting, something that I noticed today, other than all my travel. But I guess the moral of today's show is that although I'm gone a lot, I have a lovely wife, Katie, who loves and supports me in what I do, even though that means me being gone a lot, which, like I said, is why I'm doing this show by myself, because I'm on the road, and which is why Katie was on herself for the last 2 weeks. Hopefully next week I'll be home on Monday so we can do this show together with my better half. Anyways, this has been Coffee with Keith and Katie from home in a further off place, who I am going to see right now. So I'm going to get off this broadcast so I can go see my lovely wife waiting for me at home. This has been Coffee with Keith and Katie too. Hope everybody has a great week. Be safe, stay warm. I mean, I'm coming from the south, so this is cold again for me. So stay warm, and we hopefully I and Katie will see you next week for more Coffee with Keith and Katie on Public House Media. Have a great weekend. I'll see you later.